Okay, there we go. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to part 2 of Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo Gamecube. In the last episode, we completed Area 1 and now we're going on to Area 2. So, yeah. How are y'all doing today? Hope you're doing fine, and yeah, let's get right into this live stream. I'm just gonna save my progress, even though I just started. And yeah. Yeah, in the last episode we did complete Area 1. Beat all 3 portrait ghosts, including the boss, which was Chauncey the spoiled baby. But if we continue on and go this way, yeah, we can head on into Area 2. Yep. Alright. Let me just check something right quick. Yeah, I figured as much. There are some coins for entering Area 2. Nothing. Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I head on in. Alright, hope you guys and girls are ready, because Area 2 is going to be a doozy compared to Area 1. So yeah, let's get right into this. Also, I adjusted my audio for my Wii capture card so that it basically is a little bit louder, so yeah. Alright, so right off the bat you can tell that this is a very lengthy area, and there's ghosts running about in the hallways as well. Not just ghost mice, but actual ghosts. So you're probably wondering, where the hell do I go? Like, what do I do? Well, the only room that's open right now, I could check the map, but the only room that's open right now is, I think, this room. Yeah, the bathroom. And there's a huge difference in this game between bathrooms and washrooms. So bathrooms obviously... oh shit. Bathrooms literally have, like, baths, obviously, while the washrooms are just the toilet and the sink. So yeah. In this game, at least. And we're getting an unexpected call from the professor. Looks like you've run into a bit of trouble there. Nah, I don't need more training. Fuck you. There are some ghosts who will try and grab a hold of you. When that happens, you have to move the control stick back and forth to shake them off. Alright. Yeah, so, I took a few days of a break to, rejuvenate so that I can actually, feel better when I start streaming this episode, because this is going to be a lengthier episode, just so you guys know. And, well, yeah. I just needed to get more prepared for this one. But I feel like I'm ready today. Okay, we couldn't catch that guy. Oh well. Ooh, piano music. Okay. We'll get to that in a little bit, but yeah, now the only door that we can access, well, I mean, the only door that's unlocked to us right now is through here, so... In case your guys and girls are wondering where to go and stuff, check your map. Chances are you'll probably find more points of interest more than just me telling you. So if this is your first time playing, which I'm assuming it wouldn't be, yeah, or if you need a memory refresher, this is the way to go. Alright, we got those 2 Shy Guy ghosts. Nice. Shy Guys are an enemy in the Mario universe, and I'm not surprised that they're ghosts that represent the Shy Guys. Ooh, crap. Alright, as long as we don't take a 90 damage... So, in case you guys and girls aren't aware, we need at least, like in the last episode, we need at least 10 HP. We can't lose more than 10 HP for portrait ghosts. And you're probably wondering, Liam, these are Shy Guy ghosts. These are actual regular ghosts in the game. Well, you are right about that, but there is going to be a portrait ghost after we clear out this area of Shy Guys, so you'll see what I mean. Like, as soon as we clear out all the Shy Guy ghosts, we'll see a portrait ghost come in, so... Yeah, this is the first portrait ghost of Area 2. This is the Floating Rolindas. a dancing couple that basically do a spooky dance, and what you want to do is look away from them until they spawn their hearts, kind of like Neville in Area 1. So, like before, wait till the guy bows to reveal his weakness, so you just gotta look away from them in order for them to respawn. Alright, and there we go, just like that, we captured the first portrait ghost, and we lost a few coins. In case you guys and girls aren't aware, those poisonous mushrooms will shrink you in size, making it very funny for some people, but not for me because I'm the player after all. And yeah, you basically shrink by eating the poisonous mushroom, and if you get hit by it, you also lose coins as well, so do keep that in mind. Ah, shoot, I forgot to check the ceiling for extra cash. Oh well. As you can see, the chances of it spawning cash in the lanterns, like in the chandeliers, are when it's lit up is slim to none, so luckily we got a little bit lucky there by getting a gold bar, so we're not too worried about that. I'm gonna check the chairs just to be sure. I don't think there's anything interesting in them though. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Alright. I know I feel like I'm rambling on, but like I just in case you're following along with this live stream, like if you're playing it yourself and you're using this as a guide per se, or even if you're just watching the stream casually, this is how I go about playing Luigi's Mansion. So I play it like intended. So all right. So what I'm trying to do now. Oh, we got him, we got him, we got him. Nice, 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 nice. I was afraid that I wasn't going to get this guy. Okay, so we got the Speedy Spirit in probably the toughest room in the entire mansion, so that's good. Because you really got to be slick with that. Okay, we lost all of our coins, but it doesn't matter. We got the Speedy Spirit, so that's all that matters. Alright. Could get that higher, but I'm not going to risk it because we're already at full HP. Not anymore, though. Crap. That's what I don't like about those ghosts that grab you. They're new to this area, so you just gotta be careful when they try to strangle you. So just gotta shake them off and then get them. All right, we could really use some health though, but yeah. All right. Now there's a mirror in this. I forgot to show you what the mirrors do in this game. So if you use the Game Boy Horror and scan the mirrors with it, you'll actually end up warping to the foyer. Like, think of it as like a warping station, essentially. Every time you come across a mirror and you scan it, you basically respawn back at the beginning of the mansion. So it's a good way to get out of a sticky situation. So the game really wants you to use the Game Boy Horror here, so if you look right here, there's a button that says, don't push, and it's like, what in the world is this? So, yeah, probably a good idea to, check the area. I'm just checking some extra cash. But once we push this button, yeah, secret compartment, okay. And this secret compartment houses another button that we can use. It's hidden behind that poster that you could barely make out. Yeah, this one. And if we pull this poster off with our vacuum, we can actually push this button, per se. And it's a really bad idea, but let's go for it, because the game wants us to. And like that, all the boos are released. It seems like they have a beef with Mario and Luigi, so... Oh no. But at least they're scared of our Poltergust 5000. Or 3000 rather. I keep thinking it's 5000, but no, it's 3000. And just like that, okay. That was them. Those were the fiends that captured all the portrait ghosts and refreed them from their paintings. So it was King Boo the whole time. We kind of knew that already, but still. But he was in the mansion this whole time. and we ended up letting every single one of them escape. So now we gotta fight back for capturing all the boos. And like I said, Mario, Luigi's brother, got taken by the gang of boos. And Luigi's kind of worried because he's thinking that the ghosts are gonna eat him, so... Okay, common theory holds that boos grow in strength when they travel in numbers. That's not good. But thankfully all the boos that can be captured are in separate rooms, so that's good. If they gang up, well, it's basically the end of the world, essentially, for Luigi, so... It has a special function, too, the Game Boy Horror. This is how you find the boos. You got a radar. And if the radar flashes red, like the professor said, it means that something round like a boo is around near you. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that the boo is in a certain spot. It could be a trap, so you gotta be careful when searching for boos. They're guaranteed to be in the same room as the traps that they place, so... Alright, now let's go back to the mansion. And save our progress. Yep, even Toad noticed that there's boo out released into the mansion, so... Alright. Now, before I take on the first area... well, not the first area, but like the first set of boos. As you can see, as we make our way back to Area 1 temporarily, it's all lit up because we literally beat the area. And there's a boo in this area, which I'm going to ignore for now because I'm just here to pick up the hearts. If we go back a few rooms, we can actually continue on with Area 1. Even though we beat Area 1, we want to backtrack and get the boos, so yeah. And there's boos in each of the lit up rooms, so this looks very peculiar, so let's check it out. It's a bomb. Obviously, the more obvious spots for boos will have, like, traps that they laid out for you, so you gotta be careful with that. You also want to check the radar, too, so like I said right here, there's the boo. There's usually, like, one trap per room, so if you end up getting trapped, then don't worry, just avoid it, and keep continuing searching for the boo. Alright, we've caught the first boo. He's been researching those guys. It seems like the boos don't seem to like light much, which is why they have to hide in certain areas in the lit up room. Makes sense because they're ghosts, after all. So as long as you turn all the lights on in the mansion, chances are you'll come across a boo, and you can capture the mother figure. You know what I mean. Alright, now that's the first room. And we're just checking to make sure we got everything. Yep, in this room. Continue on from the parlor into the anteroom. And if we check this area, there's the boo. It's usually a 50-50 chance that you'll find the boo right away or you'll get trapped. Like you'll fall for a trap. Alright, that's our second boo. And there's 50 in the entire game, so you want to try to... I'm going for them all, but you want to at least try and collect all of them. Like I said, I want to get an A rank in this game, so it's going to take a while before I can get all the boos, so... Okay, that's not good. I do not want to get poisoned, thank you very much. Alright. And from the anteroom, we continue on to the wardrobe room. And yes, there's a boo in here, too. The only areas that boos don't appear in are bathrooms and washrooms. Those are the only rooms in the game that are still rooms. Rude! But yeah, those are the only rooms in the entire mansion that they won't appear in, so I'm pretty sure. Alright. And just like that, we got our third boo. So you're probably wondering, how do we continue on with Area 2 if we're just capturing boos? Well, that's... As long as you capture at least 5 minimum, you can continue on with Area 2, so... And I guess it's useful that we can use the wardrobe room's mirror to warp back to the beginning of the mansion, so yeah. Just like that, we're back in business. And we want to go to the portrait ghost rooms and clear out the booze there, so... So if we continue on into the study... Yep, there's a boon here. Oh no, I do not want to get eaten. Thank you very... Or not eaten, but like, I do not want to eat the poison mushrooms, so... Okay. There should be booze right here. And normally it's a sign that you'll fall into a trap if the boo starts laughing at you, so, do keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, he's in the chair. Yep. Ah, crap! Again with this! Alright, luckily the first batch of boos are pretty easy to capture, so... As long as you're like late into the game, the boos get really tough to capture, and I mean really tough. Which is why in the remake for the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion, it's not really a remake, it's more of like a port with added features. It's a lot easier to capture boos in that game if you lose track of one, for example, so yeah. Oh. You know what, we're not supposed to be in the nursery, well, we could, but we're going to do it in order, so we're going back into the master bedroom. Alright. And there's a bomb. Good grief. He's in the bed. Well, he was until he switched places. So yeah, that's the thing about boos. Sometimes if you take too long to find them, they'll switch places while they're invisible, so yeah. There's no stopping Luigi. Alright, and just like that, we got 5 out of 50 boos, and that's enough to advance to the next part of Area 2, so... And the professor's worried about us because we're trying to capture boos to try to avenge Mario, but there's still plenty of time, he says, and he's gonna ask him to go to the washroom because he'll feel much better by splashing water on our face, so... just to clear our heads. So, let's go to the washroom on the first floor, so, yeah. There's, like I said before, the difference is there's a bathroom and a washroom. The washroom just unlocked for us now, so let's go in there. Or you know what? No. I thought about it, and I do want to get that 6th boo in the nursery, so, yeah. Number 6. Totally forgot about that. There's a boo.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He must be somewhere around here. Ah, he's in the table. Yep. And it's cool. I haven't really gone over this yet, but the boos each have their own name. They say it when they appear, so... Right there was... Turbo? I'm not going over every single name that the boo... that each of the 50 boos have. So, yeah, just so you know. They have, like, distinct names for... when they reveal themselves, so, yeah. Alrighty, now that we've collected 6 boos, we can continue on and go back to Area 1. Or not Area 1, Area 2 on the first floor. Alright, where am I going? Just checking the map just to be sure. Yeah, we're going to the washroom, that's alright. Oh, and by the way, if you press the Z button on the controller, you can actually view the, Oh, that's suspicious. That wasn't there before. We'll deal with that in a second, but yeah. If you press the Z button, you can view all your, stats, essentially. Like your gems that you've collected, all the portrait ghosts. You get the point. And we're in the washroom, and you can see Toad right here. But he won't talk to us until we do something about it. You dropped something really important into the toilet, and you didn't mean to. So if we say, don't worry about it, he's like, you're right, no point crying over spilt milk. Alright, even though it's not milk, we still have to search the toilet, so, yeah. But let's just collect all the money that's in this room first. Nice. Alright, but if we open up the toilet seat and not talk to Toad, there's a key for us. There we go. Yeah, just like that, the key leads down towards like the bottom half of the first floor. So yeah. And if you pay attention to your map, that's actually where we just started off at. So yeah. And like I said, that candle that's floating in midair like that is another portrait ghost that we can't deal with it just yet. So we're gonna need another. We can't deal with that portrait ghost just yet because we're gonna need something else that we currently don't have in our inventory. So let's just worry about that later. But for now, we enter this next room, and it's within this next few rooms rather, where we get the item we need to capture that ghost that's holding the candle in midair. So yeah. And just like that, guys and girls, we are in the fortune teller's room. Probably my favorite area in the entire game, and you'll see why. You could interact with this. You could interact with this shining pearl, crystal ball, but you can actually just go behind there, and there we go. The golden mouse of this room. And just like that, we got a sapphire gem. So yeah, got a sapphire gemstone. Nice. Alright. Always keep your eye out for those special golden cheeses, because like if you see a slice of cheese in an unlit room, chances are the golden mouse is there, and it will only spawn if the room is still dark, essentially. Alright, without further ado, let's just interact with this crystal ball and see what happens. And there's a portrait ghost. What do you seek of me? Who are you? Madame Clairvoyant, seer of dropped items, possessions of other people's awakened vibrations in their spirit. And she says if you find someone's dropped items, you should bring them to her, and she will show you the extent of her vision. So, yeah, she's trying to help us out. She's actually the only portrait ghost that actually doesn't pose a threat to Luigi. So, yeah. So what you want to do is just, well, I won't actually spoil it just yet, but the beginning of, like, the last bit of Area 2 and then the beginning of Area 3 is when you will want to capture this portrait ghost. And you're probably wondering why you would want to capture Madame Clairvoyant, seeing as how she doesn't pose a threat to you. We'll get to that in a little bit, like probably like the next episode or so. So we're in the mirror room. I really had trouble with this room as a kid, but you just gotta be careful with the grabber ghosts. That's all you need to do. You just want to be careful with the ghosts that spawn in, so... Yep. The reason why we backtracked all the way over this... Well, not really backtracked, but we kind of went out of our way to go to this room. Only for us to get ambushed by those ghosts. There's a reason why, so, oh my god. Those ghosts are a nuisance, I will admit. But the reason why we came here in the first place is so we can deal with these ghosts. Not only just to deal with those ghosts, but to get a pretty important key item, so, yeah. You ain't going off without a fight. Oh my god. Back off with your strangling. For God's sake. Alright. So yeah, this room, the mirror room, is a pretty important room, so you want to go here after talking to Madame Clairvoyant, for the first time. Because in this chest, well, we're going to get to it in a minute. We want to capture the Boo first, or at least try to. It is Kung Boo. Nice. Yeah, after that we captured the Boo. And now we can check the chests. Or the chest, rather. Because there's only one. And, oh. You're probably wondering, how do we escape this room since we're locked in? That's where the chest comes into play. We get this medallion. And we can burn stuff because it's the fire element. Basically, we got a flamethrower now. And that's how we interact with the next portrait ghost that's carrying the candle in the hallway. The fire element metal. You can use it as a flamethrower and to attack ghosts that are made out of ice. So elemental ghosts, essentially. The reason why I'm skipping through all that text is because I'm explaining it to you otherwise. So yeah, the fire element can be used in certain areas, as well as defeating elemental ghosts that are made out of ice, because fire beats ice, after all. And yeah, just like that, we lit the candles, and yeah. We escaped the room. Now, we could go back there for later, but we're not going to anytime soon, so... Alright, and by lighting all the candles in the fortune teller's room, the key spawns, and we can finally get out of here. Now, we can't do anything about the fortune teller's room just yet. It's not until Area 3 until we can actually capture Madame Clairvoyant.
Oh my god!
Oh, sorry about that. And the next key leads to the, I think it's this room. Yeah. Yeah, we literally just avoided all those ghosts because they infinitely spawn if we try to capture them. Okay. Alright, and in this room is the laundry room. And like before, we want to try to collect every bit of money we can before the room gets lit up. And yep. Okay, good. We do want to interact with this room a little bit, so yeah. Let's burn the ghost. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if we burn ghosts, we can also burn down fake doors. I forgot to mention that. Doors that are trap doors we can actually burn away, as well as burn ghosts like normal ghosts, so yeah. We can burn down regular ghosts with our newly acquired flamethrower. This is why I love this game so much. They put really so much detail into making these kind of Luigi's Mansion games. And even though this room was optional, it doesn't give us a key, it's still good to know that we can actually complete the room and get money so out of it. And we got trapped. Alright. Oh, it's up here. Okay. Boogie! Get down, I'm Boogie. Alright. And that is our, yeah, 8th Boo. I honestly thought we had 7, but I suppose we did capture 8 already, so, yeah. Alright, and as you can see, this room down here is a real room, and it actually leads to the next portrait ghost area, but he's currently absent from his room right now. The butler's room. It's actually the ghost that we saw roaming around in the hallway, so we want to do something about that. At first, I'm just gonna check all the hold on. I'm pretty sure there's a gemstone in here somewhere. I could be wrong though. I just sworn there was a gemstone or something right here. This room is pretty useful. Yeah, there we go, a sapphire. I knew there was something in this room, I just wasn't 100% sure. So yeah, we got our second sapphire. Now, also, there's something else that's pretty interesting in this room. If we scan this mouse hole, it will actually bring us in And we have the option of capturing all the ghosts in this room, which is the hidden room. So yeah, in case you're wondering, the hidden room is basically a secret stash. There's only 2 of them in the entire game, so this is the first out of the second. And it's actually one of the areas where you have to use your fire to melt the ice ghosts. And you're going to need fire, at least a lot of it, in order to actually clear this room out completely, so... If you don't have fire, then you're pretty much screwed. I remember struggling with this room a lot, so, as a kid, first playing this game. Because I didn't think to use my fire element. Also, you don't have to go all out on the fire either. You can reserve it too. As long as you just shoot him a little bit with the fire, he'll get weakened enough so that you can capture him like any other normal ghost. That was the reason why I kept failing the first time. Because I didn't think that the fire would... I didn't think just a little dab of fire would hurt him enough. But it turns out it actually stuns him and then you can capture him normally. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Before the rooms get lit, I do want to check something right quick. Okay. Nothing in there. How about right here? Money, okay. The room's still not lit up, so there's one more chest to check. And there's last ghost. Oh no you don't. Just like that, that is the room that we cleared out. The hidden room. And the boo is actually really obnoxious in this room too, so we're going to worry about that in a minute. Instead, collect this last treasure chest that spawned in. And it gives us a ruby, and emerald, and a sapphire. A pretty good loot room if you ask me. And a bunch of money too, like gold and everything. Holy. And the raider is going crazy because we're right near the boo's location. And he's laughing, so this must be the trap. Yep. Called it. Alright. Gumboo. And he just attacked us, the motherfucker. And he escaped. Thankfully, though, we can... As long as he doesn't go to a locked room, we can actually capture this ghost now. Like this boo, so, yeah. We're gonna need health. We're so gonna need health right now. Before we take on the next portrait ghost. There we go. And, yeah. Now let's capture the next portrait ghost, the one in the hallway. But before that, we want to try to aim this boo towards, like, a room that we have yet to, Don't you dare go that way. Where did he go? Where did he go? Okay, so, yeah, that's the thing about the boos in this game. Especially the Gamecube version, they're a lot more obnoxious when you're trying to capture them, so... That being said... Yeah, I think he went into a locked room. God damn it. In order to actually, capture the boo completely, you just gotta unlock all the rooms. Or the room that he actually went into. I think it's the one up here. You can't see it. But yeah, this is the room I'm talking about right here. We have yet to explore, so, yeah. If that's the case, well... Okay. Thanks. If that's the case, you would want to light up the room as you can, that is. Unless if it's a room, like, that's in the next area. And just like that, we lit the candles and the portrait ghost revealed himself. But we can't do anything yet. We have to guide him to his room. And then capture him that way. So yeah, we want to go back to the butler's room because that's where he takes his lit candle. He's actually afraid of fire, which is why he's freaking out over the candle being lit. That's his weakness, so we could have scanned for clues, but we decided not to this time around for some unknown reason. Yeah, we just have to wait till he appears. And just like that, he appeared. And as soon as he sits down, that's your chance to attack. Because he burns himself, and that's how he reveals his heart. Apparently ghosts can feel pain just as much as us humans, so even with fire, so I don't know how that's possible, but yeah. And just like that, we captured Shivers, the wandering butler. So first we captured the floating Rolindas, and now we captured Shivers, so the second portrait ghost of Area 2. And he was a required ghost, because if you don't capture him, you won't get this key that leads to the next room, so yeah. And from the butler's room, we can advance to another room, all the way up north. Alright, Peekaboo. Okay. We still haven't got Gumboo yet, which I'm pretty pissed off about, but we'll get him. We'll get him. Alright, we're cruising. As long as you haven't went into a room that's currently inaccessible within, like, this area, so... I'm pretty sure he went into the room that's accessible, so... Alright. Now, from the butler's room, we head all the way north to the room where we hear the piano music. And it's a pretty dead giveaway on which room that will be, so... Yep. Now that Shivers is out of the way, we can go in here. Yep. Sorry, I was just checking something. Yeah, just like that, we're in the conservatory. There we go. And you're probably wondering how we capture this ghost. Normally I always scan for clues, but... yeah, I just didn't do it this time around, because I must have forgot to. At first. With the floating Rolindas, I would have scanned their heart, but I totally forgot, so... Anyways, without further ado, let's try to reveal this next portrait ghost in this room right here. By playing all the instruments in order. So start off with the trumpet, the harp, the guitar, or the violin, the drums, whatever this thing is, I can't remember what it's called. And then of course the ghost will be seen playing the piano. And this is actually one of the more interesting ghosts, Melody. The spectral beauty of ivory keys. A stirring performance that she has been charmed by in ages. We do have a delicate ear for music, so why don't we just do a music quiz? It's a pretty easy one. There we go. Alrighty. By the way, that song was featured in a famous game. Do you know which game? Well, we haven't played this game on our channel yet, but it's Mario Bros. 3, just so you know. Super Mario Bros. 3. And if we get the answer correctly, now we can actually capture her. She's gonna send these haunted, music sheets to attack us. But if we do that, we have the chance of capturing her just like that. After dealing with her one attack. Also, we want to try to one-cycle her, so... yeah, there we go. Yep. And just like that, we captured Melody. What a cool name for a portrait ghost that loves music, nonetheless. Alright. And this room is also notorious for having booze in certain locations. Alright. Thankfully we got lucky. And this is Boomio. Oh, come on, man. You can't just play it easy, can you? Okay. Can't let this guy get to a room that we haven't accessed yet. That we're unable to access, at least. Don't worry, we're going after all the booze, but it's going to be time consuming if I have to try to get them every time they escape or whatever. get back into this room. Yeah, there we go. Got 10 boos. We would have got 11 if we captured Gumboo. Alrighty. Be careful. Got it. Alrighty, so from this room we can actually get to the room where the Boo did escape to. And that will be down here to the west. With the west wing. Alright, ignore that ghost. And you can hear somebody eating their food in here. So that's a dead giveaway on what room this is. He's eating like a buffet, so the only logical answer for that is the dining room. Okay. And there's a portrait ghost waiting for us, and he's an optional portrait ghost, meaning you don't have to capture him. But what we do want is to capture him anyways, because if we don't, we won't get an A rank in this game. And the reason why I'm so worried about getting an A rank is because it makes you feel like you've accomplished something, so... Alright. Let's get that gem. Wait, was there a gem? Pretty sure there was. Weird, I don't think there was. It doesn't matter anyways, because we got the Speedy Spirit in this room. But not only is there a Speedy Spirit, if you look very closely, underneath a chair that the portrait ghost is sitting next to, there is a piece of cheese that we can scan, as long as the room is still dark. Because the mice love darkness. Alright. I could have sworn that the Speedy Spirit did... yeah, like I could have sworn that the Speedy Spirit did actually have a gem that we could collect. I guess I was mistaken. Alright. Yeah, there's a lot of money in the dining room that you can get by capturing the portrait ghost and all that. So in order to fight this guy's name is Mr. Lugs, by the way. He doesn't want to eat in the light. He likes darkness, preferably. So the first step is to light the candles, suck up his food, and then these waiter ghosts will actually come and serve him more food. Thankfully, they won't do any damage. Alright. And once those two waiter ghosts are out of the way, we can finally suck up his food. If it will work, that is. Yep. And as soon as we suck up all of his food, he gets really angry at us and he'll start shooting heartburn fireballs. And that can't be healthy, but we also have to avoid them, so we just gotta wait until he tires himself out by shooting or spitting out fireballs, so he's kinda like Bowser if you think about it. Like he shoots fireballs, so, or fire in general, so fire breath. Come on, buddy. Anytime now. I think you might not be able... I think with this guy you can't one-cycle him, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd be amazed if I could one-cycle him. Yeah, there's no way. Mr. Lugs is always a difficult ghost to capture, judging by his weight, so... you just gotta be careful. Also, he has the tendency of not being able to one-cycle him, so... And just like that, he was an optional ghost, but we still captured him, and we got a silver diamond, which is quite nice. Those are rare and hard to come by. But yeah, we do get a diamond for that. Silver diamond. And a couple coins here and there. And not to mention there's a boo in this area. I think there might be two since we haven't really captured Gumboo. At least I think that's the name of the boo that we forgot about. Okay, that's a boo ball. We want to just get rid of that.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Boodacious. This is the boo in this room. And I'm pretty sure we might have messed up the Gumboo. Okay, yeah, he's definitely not in this room. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure he's somewhere. He's obviously on this floor, so... He might be in the kitchen, actually, now that I think about it. I don't think Boo's also spawned in the kitchen, either. So it would be kind of surprising if he was. Alright. So yeah, naturally, the next room is the kitchen. Because that's where the waiter ghost came out of. There's these pans that are trying to kill us, haunted pans. Another speedy spirit for the count. And a sapphire. Nice. Yeah, thankfully we're almost done with this area, so not bad at all. But before we light up the area, there is a ghost that's hiding from us. And in order to get him, we need fire. We need to keep the fire element, because he's made out of ice, because he's naturally in this refrigerator. And this is the only ghost in this room. You just need fire to capture him, so... And yes, there is a boo in this area. I think it might be Gumboo. Because I doubt that there's going to be a boo in this area, like, naturally, so... He must have escaped into this room. And just like that, we got another medal. And it's actually the water element this time. Now I can use it to attack fire-based ghosts. So, yeah. Because water puts out fire, and it's only natural that that's the element we need to fight ghosts that are made out of fire. There we go. Before that, we want to actually, get this ghost. Oh, this is Booligan, so there was a ghost in this room. Huh. Thankfully. Really? I'm surprised that Gumboo isn't even in this room. Where could he have gone? Alright, there we go. We're worried about him in Area 3. So if you do miss a boo, if you do miss a boo in a certain area, don't worry too much about it. You can always get him in the next area. So Area 3, seeing as how there's going to be more rooms unlocked, you can actually get him then, if he's like in a locked up room still, so yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention something too. I think the dishwasher, you can spray water onto it. I think? No. Oh, we need fire. I just remembered. We need fire. Thankfully, this room has fire. Because we want to light up the stove, or the oven rather, with fire. Because if we don't do that, we won't get this gem. So, yeah, we're gonna need fire, not water this time around. Thankfully, you can easily switch between elements, but just by collecting the next spirit element. So, yeah. You just interact with the water right here, and then boom, we got water. Alrighty. I'm really concerned as to where Gumboo could be. Just give me a second, guys and girls. I'm actually gonna check. He might be somewhere on... Well, he's obviously on this floor. But where, I have no idea. Speaking of which, there is some boos in here, so let's capture them while we have the chance. Forgot about the ballroom. Alright, Boola! Naturally for the ballroom. Alright. There's another area, there's another boo. Or Or maybe a trap, I have no idea. Like I said, the Boo Raider picks up anything that's round, and I'm pretty sure the next Boo's in here. Yeah, it's Gumboo. He was in here this whole time. Just like that, we got him. He was a sucker to get. Alright, so he was in the ballroom. I knew he was on this floor, I just wasn't sure exactly where, per se. Alright, and from there we actually can go into the storage room, where we release the Boos to begin with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the next Boo is Game Boo. That's a cool name. The Game Boy, Game Boo, get it? Alrighty, and I think that's all the Boos up to this point. We only needed 15 in Area 2, so yeah. Pretty sure. Because the next rooms are actually like outside, and I don't think Boos can spawn out there, so... As long as we go back into the dining room, and have our water element on our side, we can actually go from the kitchen, where we left off, all the way to this door that was on fire, till we basically sprayed it with water. And yeah, there's the next portrait ghost, the Boneyard, and it's actually a ghost dog named Spooky. So, yeah. You could scan for clues, but I like to do it the old-fashioned way. Because I already know what to do for capturing this ghost. Yep. And what I'm doing right now is watering some plants, because I have the option to do that now. And what you want to do is, well, if you're really stumped on how to capture this guy, read the post sign, and it will say, what's written on that sign? Here lies Mr. Bones, quiet. Okay. So that's the key to how to capture Spooky. You want to alert Spooky and get him to bark quite a few times while also avoiding him. And that bark from the dog will basically wake up Mr. Bones. If he barks like 4 times, I'm pretty sure, then the Mr. Bones ghost will come out. And he's basically a skeleton, really. And you want to capture him. Also avoid Spooky in the process. When he gets distracted by Mr. Bones' remains, like the bone, and that's your chance to capture Spooky. Nice. Spooky's a little bit tricky to capture because you also have to avoid getting eaten by him, essentially. Once he gets distracted, that's your chance. And we one-cycled him, nice. And it's cool how the bone just stays there. Alright. So we watered the plant in this area, and in order to progress we actually have to go into his doghouse. But before we do that, we want to actually take our time, and before we head down to the last room in the Area 2, the graveyard, we do want to backtrack a little bit because I want to water some plants. It will basically increase our chances of getting an A rank at the end of the game, so yeah. We do want to worry about watering the plants though, so because if we don't, well, chances are we won't get enough money to qualify for an A rank. Alright. I'm just looking through each of the rooms just to be sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, that room doesn't have any plants. I definitely know the ante room doesn't have any. Alright, the wardrobe room definitely doesn't have any plants, as far as I'm aware. But it does have a recovery heart that we can use. So yeah, and the second floor balcony has plants, so we're going to want to water them. Get ourselves some mole. The sapphire in the process, which is quite nice. So yeah, even the smallest of plants need watering, so yeah. Let's just save with code, just so that we're safe about it. Alrighty. Now we can take a quick shortcut from the wardrobe room all the way down to this area. And the next flower pot that I can remember is actually in the master bedroom, so we want to water that. And I don't think there's any in the nursery, but I could be wrong though. There might be a plant that we can water in the nursery. But just to be sure, let's just go over here. And there's our emerald. Alright. Yeah, there's like a few plants you can water, like outside of the area, so yeah. Outside of area 2, so. Alright. I'm just gonna check area 2, like the first floor, to make sure I didn't miss anything. Could be wrong though, but I think there might be some plants. I don't think they're in here, but it wouldn't hurt to check. Nope. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think the storage room might have something that I can interact with. I could be wrong though. Yeah, at this rate, I'm just cleaning up the rest of area 2, so please bear with me here. Oh. Honestly thought that bucket was interactable. Weird. Oh well. Okay, we gotta save whatever water we have left, or we can get more in the kitchen, but yeah. Okay, I could have sworn there was an area on the first floor that had, what's it called? Like something to water, so, yeah, like a plant to water. Oh, here we go. Oh, that plant's not interactable. Oh well. There was a plant there, but you can't interact with it, so, let's see here. I think you can get water in here. The bathroom? Yeah, because the faucet's still going. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got some water. I can't remember which room it was. Well, only to get a heart back. That's not bad. Okay, there's gotta be a plant somewhere that I'm missing. I'm not too worried about it, but like, I'm pretty sure there might be a plant that I'm missing somewhere. It could be the butler's room, actually, now that I think about it. Because the dining room doesn't have any plants, it's just torches. This is stumping me a little bit. I played this game so many times, but like, I can't even remember where most of the plants are. Like, unless I'm missing one. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Checked that one out. Oh. Alright. I guess that's it, because the rest of the rooms that we entered actually contain no torches or water, so... What plants that we can water? So yeah, let's just continue on and go to the graveyard. Which is the next area. Well, not the next area, but the next room. Alrighty. So from the boneyard, we did water this plant though, thankfully. We want to scan the doghouse with our Game Boy Horror. And you're probably wondering where we're supposed to interact with. There's a bunch of gravestones, and the one in the center looks very peculiar. What you want to do is you want to scan all the mini ones. Well, I shouldn't say mini, but like they're smaller. Interact with them all, and or at least some of them. And these ghosts will appear, the skeleton ghosts, yet again. You want to capture them. Doesn't matter if we use any elements in this fight, so, yeah. Yeah, the skeleton ghost you can easily capture like normal ghosts, so, yeah. And just like that, the center grave is lit up with a spooky aura. And I kid you not, guys and girls, before we start off this next boss fight, this ghost gives me the creeps as a kid. Like, playing this game for the first time, this ghost really spooked me out. But now that I'm, like, full grown and everything, and, like, an adult now that's playing this game, it doesn't bother me that much anymore. He's just spooky because, yeah, like, look at this guy. This guy is Bogmire. I used to call him Boogmire because I'm pretty sure that's how you were supposed to call him, but he only has one O in his name, so it's called Bog, like, as in, like, Smoky Bog. Bogmire. So, he's the boss of Area 2. And unlike Chauncey, this guy is really the manifestation of the terror and of the mansion itself. So he is a ghost after all, but, like, he's created out of the mansion's fear, essentially. So, in order to deal with this guy, you want to take out as many of his clones as possible, and try to aim it for the real one. You'll see what I mean. You want to suck up the ink blobs, and then shoot them with the ink blob until you find the real one. And sadly, like Chauncey, you can't do a one cycle on this guy, so it sucks. But yeah, let's get out of there. We're kind of in a close-in corner. But if we get too close to the real Bogmire, not only do we, well, we took a little bit of damage there, but what you want to do is you want to suck up the evil blob clones, and then shoot Bogmire with the, oh my god, I'm taking a lot of damage. If we take more than 10 HP on this boss fight, we'll get a silver, so. What was I gonna say? Yeah, you want to shoot the real Bogmire with the goop, so, yeah, that's literally it. Okay, we got a silver. Oh well. Like I said, the portrait ghosts are... I mean, if you were to mess up on one, it's not a huge loss. I think just getting money in general is what gets you an A rank, so I'm not too worried about getting gold on every single boss ghost. Or portrait ghost, rather. So yeah. Yeah, we lost big time on Bogmire. We got a silver at best. Because you need to be at least 90 HP or above in order to actually win. Okay. Don't mind if I do. Alright, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we got the key to the third area. By defeating Bogmire, we got access to Area 3. And Luigi's also getting a phone call. Luigi, can you hear me? Good to hear you're still okay. I lost signal when that lightning struck. That was some battle you had there. You don't say. Why don't you come back to the lab? What? You think the lightning damaged the Poltergeist 3000? Don't worry about it. Even if the lightning had cooked your goose, your Poltergeist 3000 would have even have a scratch. Alrighty. So we're good. Alright, we made it back in one piece. And let's put the ghosts back into the machine to turn them into paintings. Nice. Alright, and there's quite a bit of ghosts this time around, which is why it was more lengthier of an area, so... Let's see how well we did. Pretty sure we got silver on at least one of them. Bogmire to be precise. But yeah, let's just see. Yeah, we got a silver on Bogmire. But I like the portrait though. We got gold on the floating Rolindas, that's good to know. We got gold on Shivers, that's good. Gold on Melody. Gold on Mr. Lugs. And gold on Spooky. So that's the only ghost we haven't really got a gold on was Bogmire. How unfortunate. But yeah, at least in Area 2 we've got Mr. Lugs, the Floating Merlindas, Melody Pianisma, Shivers, Spooky, and Bogmire. We got a total of 9 ghosts. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. And just like that, guys and girls, we finished off Area 2. Not with a really good ending, but like, because we got a silver and all, but still, we did pretty decent, actually. Save our game. Go back to the mansion so we can start Area 3 in the next episode. Let's just save our progress just to be sure. Alright guys and girls, so that is it for part 2 of Luigi's Mansion. If you guys and girls enjoyed this part, please leave a follow if you haven't already. It greatly helps out a ton, and it makes me feel motivated that I'm actually streaming this content for you guys. And yeah, also I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel as an archived stream, so hope you guys check that out, and until then, Liam the Ultimate is out. Goodbye everyone. Yep.